Well, howdy folks, Argsy here. Welcome back to our farm here in Taheton County. Now, it's the next day from when we last recorded our episode, and we're just heading into town here, and I think we need to head in here. This is the seed supply store on the right. We had a little bit of a phone call after the last episode from some friendly people at Meridian, and they said, we've got the solution for you. We have got a wonderful tender trailer which will work with those Pro boxes you're using, and would you like to give it a demo? So, there we go. They said, come down and pick it up. And that's it. So obviously all our comments about how frustrating it was having to run back and forth between the yard and not having a solution for our Pro boxes, this could be it. So there's space up on there. We'll fit two boxes. Obviously you've got the unload down the bottom, one at the front, one on the back, and we've got the auger there. So with this we can take two boxes down to the farm or down to the field on the back of the pickup and load the planter in the field. So excited to give this a try. It is only a demo, it's not ours. Just said they'd let us try it out just for the season, just to see if it was something we might be interested in. I know there's plenty of other ways we could do it with seed tenders, but because we had the Pro boxes, they said this could be the best option for you. But maybe we look down the road at some other options for some different ways to handle the seeds. So we're going to get this hooked up to the back of the pickup. We will head on back down to the yard. We'll get it all put together, some boxes put on the back, and then we're going to head down. The plan today is to get the last two fields seeded with some corn in them and be able to move on to soybeans when we get into next month. The month of May we will be planting soybeans, so that's the plan. Let's get on to it. So that's us back here at the yard with this trailer, and we're going to get the planter out now. I'm pretty sure it's already got a bit of seed in it, so we probably could go and start planting with it as it is, but we're going to make the opportunity while we're here, get these boxes put in. So I think this one's only got a little bit in it, 50 litres, so we're going to go two of the full boxes in the back there, and we'll see how it all goes. Now, if it all works really well, we could actually put the soybean seeds in one of the empty Pro boxes, and then use that as well for the soybeans, but let's just wait and see. We'll jump up here in the skid steer and go about getting these boxes on the back of the trailer. There we go, first of the boxes here. If we just get ourselves backed around, see if we can get this one put up on the top at the front. Now, one thing I don't know is whether these just sit on top of there and we have to strap them down, or whether we have to do something special with them. No, here we go, look, it's actually, the trailer has capacity. So it's actually taking the bin, taking the seed out of the box, and actually going to, I don't know how much it takes. It's actually taking it all out, which is a little bit cheeky, but I guess that's the way the modder had this made, to work around some of the limitations that these different things have. So let's just get that put there. We'll put it on because we are pretending like we're going to be using up both these boxes. We'll get another one put on the back, and then we should be good to be able to get that auger opened out. See about getting some seed put into the seeder, into the planter I should say. So we've got both the totes on. I did have to turn them around. We had them on the wrong way. They aren't quite square. They're actually a more rectangular shape. So the Pioneer logo is to be facing front and back. Otherwise there's not enough space for the auger. So if we just get that pipe put out, we've got the seeder out here. It only needs about 100 litres, maybe 200 litres of seed. Let's just see. We bring that out there. And there we go. Look at that. It's filling. And the seed is going down. So that is going to be a huge help. We can take 3,000 litres pretty much, 3,000 litres of seed down to the field and be able to fill up while we're down there. We could put a tote of liquid fertiliser, of course, on the back of the truck, but we shouldn't actually need that. We're not using a great deal of fertiliser in our planting. So we're going to run this down to the field. We're going to go and start on the one down by the train tracks. This field over the road is the other one we're going to be putting into corn, and we'll go and get started on that one though first, and then we'll come back and get this one done. So get this taken down, and then we'll come back and grab the planter and head on down and start planting. Here we are down at the next field. Got the pickup parked up there with the tender on it, so it should be a pretty good spot. Should be able to get in there pretty easily and get things topped up as and when we need to. But first things first, again, another field full of weeds, but That's alright, we can deal with those. Let's get this unfolded. Go out and have a check. Got a disconnected hose. Those pesky hoses have a habit of coming unplugged. Alright, there we go. Now we can get things all unfolded. Get that around. Get it locked into position. And should be all good to go. So let's get that turned on. Get it lowered down. And we'll just make a start. It'll be pretty easy. It's detecting the seed there in the fender wagon. But okay, those will close down in just a second. There they go. And we should be able to carry on. That's working pretty well. Looks like we're getting our corn in the ground. Seed has started to go down. Fertilizer is going to slowly trickle down. We're getting the nitrogen applied, and as you can see up in the top there, it's not actually needing too much to take it up to the optimum level, which is a good thing. So I think nothing left to do. Jump into a little bit of a time lapse again to start this one off, and we'll catch up with you once we've made a bit more progress. Well, there we go, that's 3 times around the field and we are just about out of seed, so we're already seeing the benefit of having this wonderful bit of kit down here on the farm. So thank you again to Meridian for giving us the opportunity to test out. So I'm just going to get these, in fact get the boxes open, and we're going to back up and try and get this all filled up down here. Shouldn't be too hard at all. Get it turning. Let's do a little bit better job with our backing. Right, we'll get this sorted out, we'll get it lined up, and then we'll get it unloaded. We'll get some seed put into the back of it. Alright, there we go, got everything lined up. It's because the trailer's on a little bit of an angle. Looks a little bit funny how it was doing it, but jump up there we go. Looks like all those seed boxes are full. So go and turn the pickup off again. Shouldn't need that running, and we will head on out and go and keep on planting. But yeah, things are going pretty well so far. I'm not sure, I've been trying to decide whether we'll go straight up and down the field or whether we'll just keep going round and round. Kind of almost want to go round and round, it's just going to be a little bit easier, but we'll go and assess the situation and decide. Let's take a quick little look at the map, and I think our best bet's actually going to be to come straight down here and kind of square this edge off a little bit. I'll show you in a sec. There you go, you can see kind of got this nice straight edge, and this is the way we've planted it before, so Break that off, then we get this little bit in here, and then we've kind of got some pieces up there. But there's really, you zigzag that way, then we'd have to change direction. So I think this is going to be the best way, diagonally. If we went around even once more, we'd probably close this piece off and then split it into two. So I don't know. I don't know if there's ever any right way or wrong way to do a field like this. So get that lowered down. Like I said, I'm just going to square this off, and you can almost see our wheel tracks through there from last time. So I'm just going to try and roughly follow those. We've got the width. I think we're going to miss just a little bit. The downside to these weeds being in here is it becomes clearly evident when you have missed a little bit of the field. But there we go. Just come back and tidy that up a little bit later on. There we go. I think that is going to work. So let's get this all squared off and carry on with planting. And there we go, running along the last hopeful pass. We're going to get it all in one width. Here we are, only just, but it has worked out pretty much perfectly. And that's us done, 15.2 acres planted in this field. So nice to get that first one knocked out. Went pretty well once we got going. One thing I didn't mention before, the weeds actually make it really obvious when you miss a piece. So you can see those 3 or 4 weeds up there. I just got a little bit wide on one of my passes. Missed out. So the weeds are still sitting there, which isn't the nicest thing to see in your field, but we'll make do. Now I'm just going to get backed up here, get those open, and we'll get this filled up before we head on up to the other field. Now of course we are going to be operating just opposite the yard, so not quite so precious or anything about what we need, and about having to run over to the yard to fill up. We're not quite as far away, but at least we'll make most of it while we are down here and get it filled up. And there we go, just leave the engine running in the pickup and makes everything full. So get that folded up. We're going to go and jump back up in the tractor, get this folded up. We'll just go and make a start on seeding the next one. Well, here we are getting back up to the farmyard, and we are going to jump straight into this field here on our left. Now this one's a little bit friendlier because it has some nice long straight runs in it really. Pretty much heading in the direction we're driving at the moment, particularly when you think about the piece of the field over the other side. Now what is going to be interesting actually is when we come to plant the soybeans in the other field, or even access the other field for planting, and that we'll probably actually have to go around, but we've already brought the pickup over, that's parked back there in the yard. So let's get turned in here, get things unfolded, and just get straight into some seeding, get planting, get some more corn in the ground. We'll reset our counter as well. We just come down in here and on the right button, there we go. Get that reset. Get this all opened up and into it. It would have been nice without the weeds, wouldn't it? It does look a bit unsightly as a field, but like I said in the last one, they actually work out as quite a good marker for me knowing exactly where I have and haven't been. So get that turned on, put down, get going. Here we are. More corn going in the ground, and this is going to be the last field for Uncle at least. We do have our own fields, at least fields that we're going to have to decide exactly what we're going to do with. But let's carry on, get the corn planted in here, and we'll be wrapped up on that before you know it. Well, there we go, that's the field all done. We didn't even have to top up with seed or fertiliser. I was hoping we were going to top up with seed after we did the headlands, and I was going to jump into a bit more of a montage than a time-lapse, but as it worked out, we managed to get the whole field done without having to fill up with anything at all, which is fantastic. I'm kind of happy with that, and have a quick look around. Here we go, corn done. Corn done for Uncle and Aunt at least on their farm. We will be going and doing something over on ours at some point in the future. I guess we probably need to figure that out, although we do still have another month of planting before we run out of time to get the corn in. So we're not in a huge time pressure, but it has been nice to be able to get this done now, and we can have a slightly staggered harvest by planting the soybeans next month. So that is us all done and dusted. We probably need to give the planter a good clean. It's looking pretty filthy, and we're obviously going to be changing over into soybeans as well, so we need to get the rest of the corn here out of this, and we'll also have to get the rest of the proseed boxes all done and dusted. So here we go, park this up just there. and worry about what we're going to do with it next. But yeah, awesome effort. And got to say a huge thank you again to the guys from Meridian for the use here of this tender trailer. It has been a fantastic trailer. It worked out really well for us. 2 of these pro boxes, didn't have to run back down here to top up when we finished, got emptied up in the field, so we were able to just keep on going, which made things a whole lot easier. So not sure what it's worth, but it could be a good addition to have to us, especially if we can continue to grow and have a little bit more land in the future, make things much easier. But anyhow, that is a good time to finish off for this episode. We'll be moving on to some more planting still next week, but for now, for this one, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll catch you in the next one.